Hello everybody, Jason Wang, Century 21 Expert Advisors here in the Charleston Tri-County market. Just wanted to share with you guys a topic and a question that I get asked pretty often by my clients, and that is, should I get my home appraised before listing it on the market and choosing a price? And so I'm not going to stand here and tell you, yes, you should get it appraised or no, you shouldn't. What I am going to do though is share with you some instances and experience I've seen some people go through when they do get it appraised before they put it on the market. So the first one that I've seen is they hire an appraiser to do either a drive-by appraisal or somebody to actually come in and do an in-depth appraisal, and the home comes in, they value the home less than what the buyers are actively willing to pay for it. And so if an appraiser comes in and they put a certain value on it, that does not mean that that is the concrete value. That is that appraiser's opinion of the value based on the data that they collected. And so there's a reason why appraisals can be challenged, and appraisals and you can get multiple appraisals in the event where you don't feel it's accurate. And so what I've seen sometimes is an appraisal will come in lower than what the buyers are actively willing to pay and even what the lenders are willing to loan on it. And so at that point, you're losing key equity. Now, the next instance that I see is an appraisal comes in much higher than what the buyers are willing to pay. And so even though the appraiser says that your home is worth X, the buyers may not be willing to pay that. And so if you absolutely need to sell your home or really want to sell your home, and the appraiser tells you, let's say it's worth 1.2 million, but the buyers are only willing to pay 900,000, well, that's going to be a big roadblock for you mentally, because you just had an appraiser come in and say it should sell for 1.2 when really it's only going to sell for 9. In fact, I just went through this with one of our buyer clients who is buying and selling with us, and he went and he looked at a home, and they're asking, around 1 million. They've got an appraisal from a year ago for 1.25 million, and they've been sitting on the market for over 2 years now, and their highest offer currently is 800,000. And so if this person really wants to sell and they don't want to sit on the market, well, at some point they may need to really rethink, do I just want to go based on the appraisal, or do I want to go based on what the buyers are actively willing to pay? And am I willing to wait for a buyer to come up and pay what I feel it's worth based on the appraisal? Because if you're willing to wait, that's wonderful, but at the end of the day, every day that a home is sitting on the market, it is actively losing perceived value in the eyes of the buyers. So whereas the appraisal, if you get it starting at day one and they say it's worth, let's say a home worth 600,000 day one, and then by day 185 on the market, they get a new appraisal and it still says that same value. Well, in the eyes of the buyers, your home has lost significant value because they're making up stories and wondering why the heck it's not selling. So it's very important that you understand that when getting these appraisals, that there are many other factors involved in where you should price your home at and what the real value is in the market. And at the end of the day, the way that I see a value of a home is, what are the buyers willing to pay for your home today? And what a buyer is willing to pay for your home today could be different tomorrow, and it could be different in 6 months, and it could be different in a year and 5 years. That's why we've seen a trend in real estate of values going up and down. It's never staying the same, and it's not because the quality of the home is necessarily changing. It's because the real estate market is always changing. And so it's very important to understand this, that the value of your home is what the buyers are willing to pay today in regards to selling it. Now, in regards to your insurance, in regards to your taxes, in regards to the rebuild costs, those are all things that are definitely depend on appraisals and what the home costs to build and what it would cost to rebuild if it gets wiped out, etc. But we're talking about selling your home. And when it comes to selling it, it's all about what the buyers are willing to pay for it. And that also comes into the marketing of the home, how it's presented, how it's been updated, and if everything's being done necessarily to increase that perceived value in the eyes of the buyer. So there's two instances that can come up when getting an appraisal. Now, the third instance that I see happen when people get appraisals is they get discouraged. they get discouraged because of the appraisal, and then they get worried, and then they get concerned, and then they completely change their mind instead of speaking to an industry professional who's actively selling homes like myself to get an idea of what the buyers are actually willing to pay. And so I'm not here to tell you, yes, get an appraisal or don't get an appraisal, but more often than not, I don't see appraisals actively helping sellers price their property where it needs to be before putting it on the market. So take what you want with that information, and if you guys have questions for me about what the buyers are willing to pay for your home in the Charleston Tri-County area, please don't hesitate to reach out. My direct number is 843-655-2249, and my email address is c21.jsawang@gmail.com. Thanks for watching this short video, and I will see you guys on the next one.